Welcome! So, Boynextdoor just made a comeback today. They just came back with the album 1999. And basically, I want to get back into reviewing albums, and who better to start with than one of my ults. I don't really have anything else to say. Let's get into what I thought of the album. So the album opens with the pre-release track, Dangerous. And I'm actually really glad this song was a pre-release, because if I had just heard it for the first time today, I think it would be a lot harsher than I'm going to be. Now, I didn't hate Dangerous when it first came out. I thought it was good, just not really my style, but it has really grown on me in the past week. The instrumental, despite being very repetitive, works. It's very cool and striking and fits the hip-hop style of the song. The switch up in the pre-chorus and the super tight production saved the song from feeling too repetitive. However, the two things that I really love about this song are the lyrics and the vocals. The lyrics are very characteristically Boynextdoor. They're still sticking with the conversational style, which I've always loved about their music, and I really love the message that they're conveying with this song. The message is that it's okay to be a young adult, to enjoy your youth, and you don't need to succumb to the pressures that your parents and society are putting on you. As for the vocals, I don't know what was happening in the recording studio, but every single member brought their A-game on this track. Most of the verses have very soft, whispery vocals, which I absolutely adore. Tessan's opening is so iconic and catchy, I keep singing it to myself whenever my brain goes empty. And the same thing happens with Sungho's part, which is easily the best part of the song. Sungho's voice is so pretty, and the way he pronounces words is so mesmerizing. All of the members did an amazing job on this song, and the vocals are really what makes this song good for me. So although this song is not my usual vibe, I really do like it, even if it did take a while to get used to the different style of music. Track 2 and the rest of this album are much more in line with my usual taste in music, so I loved all of these songs from the very first listen. So yeah, I really loved Gonna Be Your Rock, and it is honestly one of the pettiest breakup songs I have ever heard. Especially if this song is about the relationship in their first 3 albums, because we know that that relationship in those albums ended, but it wasn't for any serious reasons. It just seemed like it simply didn't work out, which is what makes this song funnily petty. Like, your first relationship ended kinda badly, so now you're gonna break her car and annoy her for seemingly the rest of her life. That is a level of pettiness that I aspire to, and I also find it very funny. But yeah, on the surface, without going into the lyrics or the backstory, this song is a really good breakup ballad with an edge. The floaty falsetto vocals get the sadness across, as well as the softer, more acoustic instrumental in the verses. But once we start singing about bashing up cars, the drums pick up and the guitars get more distorted, adding that edge to the song. Because although the boys are sad and heartbroken, they're also angry and want revenge. And through the composition and arrangement of the instrumental, these two emotions are both portrayed really clearly. My favourite part of the song is Jaehyun's harmonising and the stripped back instrumental in the last chorus. I always love it when there's a breakdown in the last chorus, and the harmonies just add another layer to that. Plus, I'll always be a big fan of Jaehyun's vocals. But yeah, this song is a certified banger and is hilariously petty.
안녕하세요. 새벽 3시 반쯤의 데이트 명재현입니다. 오늘
Now, obviously Skit isn't a song, but I can still talk about it. When I saw that there was going to be a skit on the set list, I got so excited. I'm an ARMY and I've never seen other groups do skits other than BTS. I'm sure others have, I just haven't seen them. But I love BTS's skits, so I was really excited for this one, and I was not disappointed. The boys were truly their normal chaotic selves in this skit, and I loved the never-ending teasing of Woonak, as well as them all trying to defend why they don't have driver's licenses yet, and the shouting at the end took me out. They're so funny. Also, I am a big funk lover, so the background music for this skit made me super happy. All in all, this is a fun addition to the track list, and I really do love it when groups add skits, even if it does make the track list kinda weird. Alright, we are now on to the title track, Nice Guy, which has my least favourite lyrics. The Riz epidemic has gotten to Boynextdoor. But other than that, this song is so fun and bright and would have made a perfect summer song. It's a little bit of a shame we're only getting it now. But despite the somewhat cringy lyrics, the flirting does actually work. I always sit with a massive grin whenever I listen to this song, and some of the lines actually make me blush. Please don't judge me. This song actually has my favourite instrumental on the album. The synths are so funky and fun, plus I'm such a sucker for brass, and this song is chock full of it. If they ever manage to perform this with live instruments, it is going to be awesome. The song is also helping Boynextdoor continue to carry the title of Best Music Videos. These guys simply do not know how to miss with an MV. They always go all out and they're just so fun. Like, why were they Minecraft guys for a bit? I don't know, but I loved it. To be honest, I don't actually have that much to say about this song other than I love it. It's a good fun vibe and they definitely chose the right song to be the title track.
When I was younger, I was foolish.
20 is my joint favourite track on the album right now. I love it so much and I really resonate with it. A little info about me. I turned 20 in December, so really this whole album is so applicable to me, and this song in particular. I can relate to every single sentiment in this song. I don't want to start my 20s, I'd rather stay a kid. And it was just really reassuring to know that these sentiments are shared by these guys on the opposite side of the world. But there's a lot more to this song that makes me love it as much as I do. For example, there are gang vocals. If you know me or my channel, you know how much I love gang vocals. And there hasn't really been any in Boynextdoor's discography before this point, so I was really happy when they kicked in for the ending. Another thing that I really love is anti-drops, and although this song isn't really an anti-drop kind of song, it follows the same principles. We get a big build up to the chorus, only for the chorus to actually be very soft and almost sad. It creates a much more interesting listening experience and sort of adds to the conflicting feelings that you feel just as you're about to start your 20s. Being excited to be an adult, but also missing your childhood. This song is another one on the album where the instrumental goes hard. The funky bass line paired with the staccato piano in the verses contrasts so well with the haunting synth and much smoother, quieter guitar in the chorus. Speaking of that synth, it again adds to the message of the song. It almost makes you feel like you're reminiscing about your childhood. It's so floaty and dreamlike, and the way these instrumentals are arranged really do help with the storytelling so much. It's crazy. But yeah, this song is my joint favourite on this album and probably one of my favourite Boynextdoor songs too. It's just so good.
Please call me, call me, call me.
And we're finally at the last song on the album, which is also tied for my favourite song, Call Me. I could tell I was going to love this song from the opening bars. It's probably because I love the key that it's in and through all of the fun accidentals. But after a full listen, this song has so much more going for it other than being written in a good key. It is such a sweet and comforting song. The boys are basically saying they're here for you if you ever have a bad day or are just feeling lonely. It's not only a super sweet song, but also incredibly satisfying. There are some really yummy melodies in there, and the funky gospel-y instrumental is so cool and fun, and it adds to that comforting feeling. Genuinely, this song feels like a big warm hug in the middle of winter. It's so cute and is also another one of my favourite Boynextdoor songs now. And it just so happens to also have gang vocals at the end. I really do have a type. This album couldn't have come out a better time for me. As I mentioned, I turned 20 in about 3 months, so I relate to everything they were going for in this album so strongly. This is why standing groups the same age as you is a good idea. But yeah, I think this album is always going to have a special little place in my heart, as it came out at a time in my life when I really needed to hear it. And the fact that this album has resonated with me so much just proves how well Boynextdoor and their team have understood the youth concept. Boynextdoor are young adults, and they are just writing songs about what they are going through, which is resulting in these super relatable songs for people their age. A lot of these songs felt more singer-songwritery than K-pop at times, just because of how personal and relatable they are, which is just another reason why I love Boynextdoor so much. My only complaints about this album is that it's not quite as cohesive as their other bodies of work. Other than the subtle funkiness of most of the instrumentals, there isn't really much tying these songs together, which is probably because there isn't really a storyline for this comeback, which is something I'm sad about, since the storyline was my favourite part of Who, How and Why. But it's fine, I'll go over it quite quickly, because every single track on this album has extremely tight production and is an absolute joy to listen to. Every song is so good on its own that an overarching storyline doesn't really matter. But all in all, this is another top tier release from Boynextdoor. I love their music and can't wait to see how the comeback promotions go and what they cook up next.
You know that what I'm saying. Good night, babe.